3 prisoners vanished from the Alcatraz Island prison in 1962, and now, a breakthrough explaining the mystery of the daring escape. The year was 2013. Officers at the San Francisco Police Department were going about their routine crime-fighting day when a letter that would rock the entire world arrived. "My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris," the letter read. John Anglin was one of the 3 prisoners who defied all odds to escape from the maximum security prison on Alcatraz Island without a trace, and his letter would go on to solve a mystery that has lingered for more than 55 years. In June 1962, 3 men, John Anglin, his brother Clarence Anglin, and the escape mastermind Frank Morris, set in motion their plan to escape from the Alcatraz federal prison. For 29 years, Alcatraz operated the most secure penitentiary in the world, reserved for the most notorious criminals in the US. The facility had multiple layers of security that made it impossible to escape. It was surrounded by 2 thick barbed wire walls as high as 12 feet, and if anyone made it past these security measures, they couldn't go far. That's because the island prison is in the middle of the cold and shark-infested waters of San Francisco Bay. A total of 36 men attempted to escape the prison without success. Some of them drowned in the water, while others were caught or shot. However, these men, with the help of a 4th prisoner, Alan West, who could no longer join the escape due to miscalculations, came up with an idea that would produce the most daring prison breaks in US history. For 6 months, they carefully planned their way to freedom. The mastermind, Frank Morris, was a criminal genius who had already escaped from a prison before. As for the Anglin brothers, they earned a transfer to Alcatraz after multiple attempts to escape from previous prisons. Before the fateful night of the escape, the 4 men took advantage of the weak prison structure and created holes in the walls using tools acquired from the prison factory. One of them would play a loud musical instrument during break to mask the noise. They also created dummies to take their place on the bed using materials like soap, toothpaste, toilet paper, concrete, and hair from the salon. For the waters, they gathered over 50 raincoats and stitched them together to create live vests and a makeshift raft. On June 11, 1962, they waited till the night before crawling through the escape routes to the roof, and from there to the yard through the vent pipes. They made it over the fences and sailed the waters with their raft. The guards discovered their escape the next morning and launched a massive manhunt. Alan West supplied authorities with escape details, but the escaped prisoners were never located. All they could find were some footprints on a nearby Angel Island and something that looked like a piece of their raft. After efforts to locate the former prisoners proved unsuccessful, the FBI concluded that they must have drowned and closed the file, even though bodies were not found, and evidence popped up to suggest they might have made it. One of those was the letter from John Anglin. While it arrived in 2013, an examination of its authenticity went on for 5 years before the FBI reopened the investigation. The letter detailed the escape and how the 3 men lived after. He added that the 2 others had died some years before and that he needed help because he had cancer. The FBI said their investigation was inconclusive after analyzing handwriting and DNA. The US Marshal Service dismissed the letter, but there was more evidence in support of the escape. One relative of the Anglin brothers provided a confession claiming contact with the duo, while others said they received Christmas cards and photographs from them. One of the photographs was taken in Brazil in 1975, but experts could not say for certain if they were the ones photographed. A 2014 computer model recreated the events and concluded that they could have survived if their departure coincided with favorable tide movements. Decades of investigations continue to analyze the events with the hope of getting an answer to the million-dollar question: did the 3 men make it past the waters to live the rest of their lives as free men?